full of grace. The Lord is within you. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. I would play that on a loop over and over again while I did the other prayer painting. And somebody, when they heard it, said, "George, you left out part of the Hail Mary." It had to do with the part of, "Blessed art thou among women." I never realized it. But later when I was reading the Bible, the lady said to Christ, "Blessed art the woman who bare thee in her womb." And Christ's answer was, "More blessed are those who heed my word." I have a section on the Queen of Peace on my homepage, and songs that I've written for Mary. This is one of them. Miracles can happen when you're open to believe and to receive. Please pray for Cassandra and Tony, that they can continue to do the good work that they do. Though she's very ill herself, she's caring for her older parents in her home in Tony's condo where they live. The father has MS and Tony will have to bathe him. They do the work of Jesus when it comes to loving your fellow man as he loves you. God is the Alpha and the Omega. When I was driving to church this morning, I had some words that kind of came to me. It was very beautiful, and kind of pine was coming in waves over Pine Street, and the fog just looked like a spirit. And when I started doing the video early here, preparing in that, the same situation happened in the outside the place. You could just see waves and waves of fog, and to me that kind of represents the spirit. You know, there's something mystical about the beauty of drifting fog when you can see it and coming in wavers, so to speak, ribbons through the sky. So please pray for Cassandra and for her husband Tony. They're a wonderful young couple. Miracles can happen, only you believe. Miracles can happen when you're... Later I'd write a song on Heart of Divine Mercy. I think I ended up using some of the words in my early healing song. I made 2 trips to Lourdes, and I worked with terminally ill people for years. The prayer painting that I did for Carly when she got her, she was going to be taken off the lung transplant list. Her health was going down. And she called me and contacted me, and so I did this painting. Every day I'd work on it from morning to evening, and the painting would always be from the morning to never sundown, we'd have sundown but never night. At the end of 3 weeks she went in for a successful double lung transplant. With a month later, somebody came into my gallery looking for a painting of the Last Supper. This woman told me her husband's out in the car and the doctors had given up hope that he's dying with cancer and he wanted to paint in the Last Supper. I asked him to come back, and I had some Lord's water left at that time. I sang the Evergreen Trees song to them, and you could almost see color come into his face. He wanted to buy one of my small mini prints, and I gave it to him. Then, very spontaneously, I told him about the painting that I did for Carly, that it had good energy, that I was going to loan it to him. I let him take it down to Southern California. I never heard any more of him. I found his address a couple years later, and I was going to give him a call. The next morning, that morning, his wife called me and said our husband was well. He wanted to bring it back himself. So miracles do happen. As Lisa, who was cured of cancer without any treatment, said, she told me, you don't pray for people, you pray with people. Well, you're going to have to pray for some people who aren't praying. But if the person that is ill is praying too, and you are praying with them, the chances of your prayers being answered are more likely to happen. Again, please pray for Cassandra. Have your friends pray for her. I'm doing that myself. I'll share the song that I'm writing for her later.